Andrew, great to meet up with you again and do some further work on your game. Things are really working nicely now. Changes starting to take place. What we worked on more than anything was improving this takeaway. It was better than your first visit. The club was rolling behind us much less than we had in your first visit. However, it's still rolling behind us a little bit too much. When we look at it from face on, when the club was rolling behind us too much, we were tending to move off the golf ball a little bit to the top. Just play you through, beg your pardon. That back to where it was. So the left shoulder would level up a little bit too much, moving us off the ball. And getting the left knee to work inwards a little bit too much at the top of the backswing. So what we suggested was that you get a little bit of old style Ricky Fowler in there during the takeaway. We want to exaggerate this waggle, this pre-shot sort of takeaway rehearsal as much as possible. The feeling is that you're pushing down on the club with the pad of the left hand, and that you're getting the hands in as much as you can and the club out as much as you can. And the feel there was, like I said, the old style Ricky Fowler move where he would pull those hands in and keep that club well out in front of his hands. When we did that, what we tended to see was that the takeaway became a little bit less rolled inside when it came to the shot itself. And the more you do this move that you see in the centre, the more that takeaway is going to soften up. So the way you would practice this would be swing back to P2, where we create that Ricky Fowler look, and then from there drop the left shoulder down and then hit. When you do that, you can see that the shaft sets in a much more appropriate manner rather than rolling flat and behind you. So here in the centre, you're doing the drill, it's maxed out. Here on the bottom left is you towards the end of your session, where things are much more in line with where you would want them. And up on the top left is the start of your session, where everything's a little bit more rolled and in behind you. So keep putting plenty of old style Ricky Fowler in there from P1 to P2. The other thing we talked about was stopping the head drifting off the golf ball. And when the head drifted off the golf ball, the left knee flexed forward more. So I don't mind it working in, but it's got to continue to flex forward to offset that. That in turn produced more side bend in the hips. So there you are at the start of your session compared to the end of the session. More side bend in the hip, more differential in the knees. And the head much more stable during the backswing, so much more stacked on top of it at P4. So plenty of Ricky Fowler going in there in the early part of your takeaway, and keep working that left knee forward again during the takeaway. You can see when you do the drill, you get that nice amount of knee flex, left knee flexing towards the golf ball as well as in behind it, whereas when it's not done quite enough, you don't get as big a gap between the knees. Good luck with it, and look forward to working with you again in a couple of weeks' time. Well done.